Welcome,
Welcome.
Housewives of True Crime.
Housewives of True Crime.
I think I need to stay in, Halloween fashion.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching us on YouTube, we are wearing our Halloween costumes
If you're
for
not
you.
watching us on YouTube, you should be.
I'm sure that Tabitha is going to exploit the shit out of this on social media, so you'll see it one way or another.
This year I am. Last year I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But this year I will show you all who we are. But I did put something up right before we started recording, before I got all dressed in my getup to kind of just question who they thought we were going to be.
Well, I think we should just say it.
No, I mean we can say it now, of course, but
yeah.
I didn't say it on. I like gave a question, so we're recording on Wednesday. So
Okay,
Wednesday.
this is how the conversation went, people. Last week we're like, oh shit, it's Halloween. We got to figure something out. What is popular? Should we be Swift and the boyfriend? No, that's lame. But maybe Barbie. But Tab really wanted to be the boy.
No, only because I
you're
have the
definitely
costume
I was like,
for my
okay, but
husband.
I don't really feel comfortable posing as Barbie. I'm no Barbie. So
Reggie was like, "No, I'll be Ken and you be Barbie."
yeah,
And
I
I was
think I
like,
am a better looking guy than I am a lady.
except
I
that
do all those
really
face apps.
you really pulled this one off good.
Well, so then Tab's like, "Oh, okay, you don't have to be like cute Barbie. You could be weird Barbie."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Okay, I could get with that." Yeah, so here I am.
She hasn't
And
even seen the
listen,
movie.
I think I learned something
What? That you look really good. Hey, look,
crime related.
do you see I put shadow so I look more
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
boyish.
you do. You
Mm-hmm.
look boyish. You look
Yeah.
like a dude. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't want to say hot. You don't look like a hot dude. You look like a dude douche.
if you watched the movie, you would know what character Ken I am, because most of the time Ken looks very non-dudish, but I decided to play up the dude Ken.
The dude Ken. Okay. Well, I played it up so much with the weird Barbie that my damn phone did not recognize me. I tried to sign into my bank while I was waiting for you to get online, and I had to type in my password.
Oh my gosh,
Good
that's
thing
amazing.
I remembered it.
That's amazing. Okay. Oh, okay. So on a side note, I did leave a birthday party early. I couldn't even eat the lunch because I was like, I gotta go. I have to record. And all these girls are going to a Barbie party. One of the girls is throwing a big Halloween party and it's Barbie themed. That's why I already had this Ken get up for Sean, but I don't have the Barbie get up yet. Didn't come in the mail yet for myself.
Yeah. Oh, so basically what we're saying is we just slough it together. Like we are sounding real weak sauce. Like we're not going to give it to them. We're not giving it to them
we are
real hard.
We look super good. We
do look super good. Yeah. Okay. We're very impressed with ourselves.
I'll tell you what I'm not impressed with. So my daughter is in 8th grade. I thought she was like capable of like wrapping a present for my son's friends. I had like 5 water bottles that I got engraved in their names, So I was like, hey, Kyla, can you go up the stairs and wrap these presents? She brings them down. Girlfriend was like, I couldn't find tape. So I hot glue gunned the wrapping paper.
Shut the front door.
Oh yeah,
that's her smart child, by the way. Like her smartest. They're all smart. But that's your smartest.
What the hell? I mean,
what the hell?
What the hell? I didn't. I was like, should I rewrap these or should I just?
She's very crafty. Maybe she just is like me. She just loves that smell of the hot glue gun. You know how it just like burns just like a little bit.
If she could smell, I would say yes.
Oh my God, you're right. She can't even smell. She's a COVID victim.
My daughter has never gotten her smell back from when she had COVID 2 years ago. So that has become a problem because she doesn't know if she smells. She doesn't know if anybody smells, which actually might work out in her favor for her boyfriend eventually. She can't even smell him.
Can't smell him. I was spending a fortune on a very expensive deodorant and it stopped working. Does that happen? Or do I just smell like funky?
I just think it happens.
Is it like shampoo? Like it just stops working for you?
I actually have a friend that was telling me her husband doesn't smell ever. Like he can sweat, sweat, sweat and does not smell. Like doesn't have the bacteria to smell. I'm like, that's pretty amazing, actually.
That's like he's a superhero. That's his
I know.
superpower.
That
No
is his
smelling.
superpower.
I definitely be smelling. I be using the shit out of those honey pot wipes and everything. But now I'm just on Dove, aluminum free. It's working for me.
Deodorant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am not a smeller, but certain times of the month, I like it's like that time of the month is when I know I have to use deodorant extra. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Little bit of
no.
TMI, but that's okay.
I
Right.
mean, it
We're all
really is
friends
too
here.
much TMI.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that, you guys. That is like really gross, but it is Halloween and there's a lot of really gross stuff going on around here. I hope everybody has their costumes together. I hope you all have your kids' shit all worked out. And you know what?
In reality, I'm going to be a mermaid.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. You could also be Barbie mermaid. You didn't know that, but there is a mermaid Barbie in the movie. And there's also
Nobody
a mermaid
is
Barbie.
buying that I am the Barbie. Okay. It's weird Barbie or boy Barbie, or that's it. That's the Barbie I am.
She was really mad, you guys.
I'm not wearing one of those
like
slutty, like mermaid costumes. I have a tank top with shells and
on
some
the
mermaids.
boobies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. And the rest of my family is under the sea characters.
That's fun. I like that. Okay. So do you want
to? Nope. That's it.
Okay. Should we start?
Sure.
Should we get this party started? Okay. I should be like, hey, Barbie. And you should be like, hi, Ken.
Oh, hi. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. And then Ken comes around and says, hey, Barbie. She goes, hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken. That's what I would do in real life. Hi, Ken. And he'd say to me, hi, weird Barbie.
Okay. All right. Well, this week I did want to get a little weird. So I'm glad you're wearing weird Barbie. And I wanted to get a little creepy for Halloween. And one of our listeners sent me this case thinking it would be a good one. Her name is Andrea Shepard. So thank you so much, Andrea. And I want to thank her extra because listen, girlfriend sent me this case back in December 2021. That is almost 2 years ago. And she recently nudged me again and said, hey,
Smart.
I really think this is a case you should cover.
Smart.
And this is proof that we do get to cases. And also, please come at us again if we haven't gotten to yours.
If we are unorganized, especially Tabitha, and I have to nudge her to get shit done all the time. So if you want her to cover it, I recommend bugging her.
It's true.
You can bug me too.
Very true. Okay. One more note about Halloween. We are on a podcast called Like Mother, Like Murder. And I did a real off the wall kind of haunted house tale that I told Gretchen. It's definitely not something that I'm used to doing, but if you want to check it out, they're going to put a compilation together and I think it'll be kind of fun. So you can go there. I kind of did that the ghost thing because my daughter, like I told you, is really into that Sam and Colby ghost hunters. You believe in that?
I don't not believe. I just try not to let it enter my existence because it scares me.
Dude, it is. Okay, so The Conjuring is what they are. The Sam and Colby are on now.
Yeah, I'm not effing with that.
Dude, they're at that house and she made me watch the first episode with her and she wants me to take her for her birthday to some house in Texas and you go from 8 at night until 2 a.m. ghost hunting. I'm like, I don't know about that, but
I don't know about that, but there is a ghost hunting tour that I think we should all go on next time you come to the California.
Yes, I'll do that. But staying at a house from 8 o'clock in the night until 2 a.m, I don't know if I'm down with it.
No,
it's gonna be cocktails involved or something.
A lot.
Yes, a lot. Okay, so our case today is not necessarily about ghosts and goblins, but it does have some hoodoo and voodoo involved.
Ooh. Okay.
This case comes out of Chevy Chase, Maryland, or at least
that's a real place.
It is really a real place. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Well, now you do.
Is it named after Chevy Chase, or is Chevy Chase named after Chevy Chase?
Good question. I should
this
know
is
that.
why this is the difference in our research styles, because see, I'd spend like a whole damn hour learning about that.
I do know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay, well, I will tell you this. It is known as the most educated town in America, with 95% of its adult residents, they have at least their bachelor's degree.
Oh, snap. I'm out. I mean, I have a bachelor's degree, but I don't like that. I'd feel inadequate. I don't like that.
It's like uppity, right? So I was like, okay,
smart. I'm so smart.
These people also must be paying a shitload of money to like say that they live in a place where
Chevy
there's
Chase and where the smart people live. Wah wah.
Yes. And it's true.
Smart Barbie. Yeah, stupid.
Smart Barbie. That's a good one. I want to tell one of my friends to be that one. Okay. Wear some glasses, look real smart. The house values are very expensive, like bougie,
yeah.
Over $1 million. And I am sure that's why this bougie bitch wanted to live there too. This is the case of Dawn Bennett. Dawn Bennett was a woman with determination. She had brains and a will to succeed. I can imagine Dawn in her early life had a dream of making it big one day. And girlfriend, she did. After high school, Dawn went to University of Utah and then on to Wharton School of Business Securities Industry Institute at the University of Pennsylvania. Right. Girl had some real brain power, and she wanted to use it to manage securities, people's money, and eventually start a business or two of her own. In 1987, she worked for Wheat First Securities, and by 1996, Dawn was registered with Legg Mason Wood Walker Financial Institution. All this stuff does not mean anything to me, but if you are in that world, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. In 2006, Dawn also started her own investment firm called Bennett Group Financial Service. At the same time, she hosted a AM radio program called Financial Myth Busting with Dawn Bennett.
Ooh.
It's a real good thing to start a radio program and then direct all the people to your own business.
Well, that would be the only reason why you would do it, because I know those radio DJs, like, they don't make dick until you're like Ellen K. You don't make dick.
And Ellen K was Ryan Seacrest's sidekick for how long before she ever made it big? Years that woman's been on the radio. All right. So by 2015, Dawn Bennett was working for an esteemed Western International Securities financial institution, as well as having her own financial service company. And she also had a totally different business in the fashion industry. She was killing it in and around Washington, D.C. She was named number 5 top woman wealth managers in Barron magazine, which is real, that's the place where people get their
big deal people.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. People that read smart magazines.
That's right.
That are not us or, Star. Those are our favorites.
Those are our favorites. Those are the ones we're in.
When I'm feeling smart, I read People.
Listen. If we were in People magazine, oh hell,
shit,
I'd be so stoked. Okay,
yeah.
Dawn was in 2 of those, 2009 and 2011, being the top woman wealth managers. She managed millions and millions of other people's money, upwards of $400 million. Wealth managers, when they make money for their clients, they are making big bucks for themselves as well. And she was doing really well. She had 2 houses. She had a closet full of designer clothes, a ritzy travel schedule, mostly at the Ritz, a fancy car, and even a $500,000 a year suite at the AT&T Stadium here in Texas. Go Cowboys. By the way, $500,000 a year for a suite at Cowboy Stadium.
Oh shit, that's a lot of money. I would think only corporations would spend that kind of money on a suite, not like an individual person. And I can tell right now while we're doing a story about this bitch, because I think you want your financial manager to live in a modest
house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, both. I don't think they should live nicer than you.
Upper modest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. But not too flashy. I don't want to be seeing too many. that. You want them to be wise with their money. I want to be seeing like the same Chanel bag over and over again. I don't want to see like a rotation
new
of
one
Birkins.
every time.
That's when I know you're not so good with the coins.
The other thing is, I can see her having a suite at a place, right? Because you take clients there or whatever, and you like entertain.
$500,000. So that's not a good investment.
It does not. And you know what? It was a 20-year lease, which seems like a really fucking bad investment. Like, why would you do that? That sounds like you almost can own, you own a house in that minute of time, So,
I would like to be friends with her.
Oh, and who wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you.
Hey, you know where I think would be cool to get a suite, but it's so bougie you can't even find out? The Sphere where we just went in
dude,
Las Vegas. I tried looking it up, Tab. You can't even find out. It's not for the little people like us to know.
No way.
Mm-mm.
When we went to the Sphere, we were right above the suite, so we were like looking down on the people that were in them. They have the best. That is the best location, being in that suite.
Yeah,
it's fabulous.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to manifest it.
Okay, please. Next time we go, we're going there. All right. So Dawn probably would have got that had it been, 2023, and maybe her life would have changed, be different than it is today.
Listen, seeing you two at the Sphere changed my life. My mind has expanded. It's blown.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dawn's personal investment company, Bennett Group Financials, was getting a lot of business, like I said, from her radio program. She had this AM radio show where she would give financial advice, and she would really talk up her own investment company and the great things that it was doing for people. Dawn really had this appeal. She was, and I know it doesn't matter on like voice, but she was really pretty lady. And she had an appealing voice, and these people that listened to her became her friends. They really trusted her. A lot of the AM listeners were older retirees. They flocked to Dawn to manage their wealth, and they were ensured that they would have a nice life for whatever the rest of their life that they had. By 2010, Dawn was ready to expand her business, and she started what I told you earlier was like this luxury business, like a designer business, fashion. It was a luxury sporting goods store called DJ Bennett. DJ Bennett was where you went to get your ski clothes or your fishing gear or your golf bags if you were, like what you would say, Gretchy, stupid rich.
Okay.
When you walk
in, it's a lame name for a sporting goods store.
DJ Bennett, totally.
Duh.
It would be way better for her radio program name.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah,
right?
She's a DJ. Okay, I get it. Ding ding ding.
But that's not why
I don't live in Chevy Chase, Pennsylvania. I'm not that smart. It takes me a minute. Maryland.
But no, that's not why she named it DJ Bennett, by the way. Her name is Dawn Jean or Dawn something. That's her like stupid initials. So yeah, it doesn't even mean. Yeah.
Listen, yeah. She's so rich, she wants to jerk herself off by like naming her thing her own name.
Right. Exactly.
Stupid. Yeah.
So when you walk in the door at DJ Bennett sporting goods place, you're greeted with champagne or craft beer. And then you would walk out with like a $700 pair of gloves and a $14,000 golf bag. Dawn was very invested in her luxury store, and so were her radio listeners / clients. Dawn was promising great returns with little to no risk. It was a perfect situation and a safe place to invest your money because, Dawn, well, you knew what she was doing. You knew what she was capable of. She's in these magazines, and they trusted her. And after listening to her advice for years, they became her people. In 2011, the market saw a steep decline. And by 2012, Dawn's money management side of her business started to see a huge fall. Dawn's clients started to feel the pressure of losing money, and Dawn's hundreds of millions of dollars in financial portfolio dwindled to just tens of millions. And although like I said before, I don't know all this investment talk, I think Dawn may have been worrying too much about her Gucci ski boots and less about Grandma Mary's retirement fund. She started losing a lot of money, and that makes people jump ship real quick. Dawn's financial situation started to also dwindle rapidly. I would like to say what most people would do and say she did the right thing, but we're talking about Dawn. So we're a true crime podcast. So Dawn took the Bernie Madoff approach. She started a Ponzi scheme. I'm sure most people know what a Ponzi scheme is, but if you are not so sure, or you kind of know what it is, but you kind of don't know what it is, I will just tell you it's a fraud where a person sells you the idea of high returns for your investment. They take your money basically to pay out older investors, and there's no really any place you're investing in.
It only a Ponzi scheme implodes on itself as soon as there's nobody new, because all of the money that's coming up to the top is just from new people coming in.
New people coming in, they're paying the older investors. So if you are an older investor in a Ponzi scheme, you most likely have gotten at least some of your money back, if not all of it, and then told your friends how great this investment was. And so your friends start to invest. And
how it usually works is you've only gotten your money back on paper, and you think that you really have your money back, but you ain't really got your money back.
Yes, because it's a lot of false documents.
Like, you don't really got it till you got the cold green stuff in your hand.
Right. That is right. And people lose their entire lives from Ponzi schemes.
So many people.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon, he lost like all his money to Bernie Madoff.
Oh, that is so
Larry
awful.
King lost 10% of his income. So many people.
He's probably still doing good with less than 10%.
Well, he's dead, Tab.
Well, I mean, Larry. Now he's in heaven, even doing better.
Yeah. Diversify.
What did you say?
I said diversify. People.
Yes.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
That's right. Dawn started her mismanagement of funds first through the investment firm Western International, writing notes and depositing them into her own company. And she would make false financial documents and would start pooling, one person's money to another, and then also to her own account. By 2015, the company she worked for, Western International, let her resign after investigation began into Dawn Bennett Holdings. Dawn was aware that the SEC was looking into her business, but what could she do? She was bleeding money at this point. Her luxury business was making some money, actually even upwards of $800,000 a year, but she was spending at least double, if not more, in whatever she was spending, like it was losing double the money that it was making in revenue. But even though the SEC was looking into her, she still was able to get these listeners from her radio program to invest in her luxury business. She got, I think, 47 of them to invest over $20 million in her luxury sporting goods store.
Shit.
They were elderly and they were mostly uneducated investors that just didn't really understand what they were getting themselves into. And all these false documents look real good. And so she was so good at this. She even got a loan for $700,000 from a bank with all these false documents.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn would have kept up this left hand, right hand scheme if it wasn't for a tip that came in from Old Line Bank in Waldorf, Maryland. An 80-year-old customer wanted to transfer over $30,000 to Bennett's company. The banker thought it was a real risky move for someone this age. And after the banker read all the disclosures, the banker decided to investigate Bennett a little closer. They found that she had previously been charged by the SEC in 2015 with fraud for inflating the assets of her own radio program. The bank turned Dawn into the SEC and things started to get real serious. By the way, I just met somebody at Bunko last night that works for the SEC. And I was like, holy shit, dude, I'm doing this case. And I really want to know, like, what does that mean that you work there? Like, how do you, like, she looks into financial crimes. That's what she does.
That is very interesting. Listen, I feel a little impassioned about this. I think when I am old, I'm going to do nothing but diligence. I'm going to be so due diligent. I'm going to be so up your ass with my diligence. No Dawn is going to get by me.
Right. I
I mean,
know.
I see that people around here, there's always like articles in the little like paper that ends up on my driveway. Like, and it's always like some oldie is like ranting about blah, blah, blah. Went to
I
the city
know.
council and they're not spending their money. And thank God those oldies are out there doing it, or we'd never know.
Totally. I know.
Hmm? So it's a little surprising she got to take advantage of so many of these old people. I mean, that's when you're retired, that's your new hobby, due diligence.
It sounded like she was good at what she did.
Mm,
And she was actually at one point good at what she did. You know, she didn't get to the top for like swindling I don't know. She did at one point have a business that worked. It's
yeah.
just that when it started to not work, she turned into evil, you know.
Yeah.
So it turned out that Dawn was not just getting investigated by the SEC, but her own clients started to figure out that she wasn't who she was on that radio program. Her personality was, coming out. And they started to see. So they started calling her up and being like, where is my money? Like, I see it on paper, but I don't see it in my bank account.
Right.
And who they couldn't get a hold of? Well, Dawn, because every time they called, Dawn was in China or Dawn was in Turkey or she was working on her expansion business. There was an excuse after an excuse after excuse about why Dawn was not answering the damn phone. So between her clients and the SEC, the feds decided to really look at what's going on with Dawn. And in August of 2017, the feds raided Dawn's office and her home. And what they would find would be so strange, Gretchy. Even I had never heard of something like this. First, they found a handwritten excuse note for, everyone that was calling her. So it said, tell them I'm in China, tell them I'm wherever, tell them I'm at a trade show. But the weirdest thing investigators would find was multiple freezers filled with mason jars with initials on the top of them, different initials on each one, filled with some sort of liquid surrounding a huge tongue. She had so many jars of tongues that it was like sickening.
What I don't what go back. What?
Go back. She had freezers full of tongues.
Like human tongues?
No. Thank the heavens. Because at first, when I was reading this, I was like, girlfriend is like a serial killer or what? But no.
No, what kind of like a cow tongue, like you see
Cow
at the
tongue.
deli?
Yes. Turns out Dawn.
Those are big. Those are big tongues.
I know. So gross.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out Dawn was trying every trick in the book to not get caught in her scheme, starting with a hoodoo, which is a black magic spell to silence someone. She wanted to silence all the SEC investigators looking into her misdoings. So she decided to put a spell on them. And how you do it is you say the person's name and you say, I command you to hold your tongue. And then you slit the tongue of a deceased cow and you put it in this liquid. And they found lots of them with all of the SEC investigators' initials. But it obviously didn't. This black magic did not work. They also found.
That's kind of ironic because, I mean, a lot of those people are, listen, there's a couple out there that I think really know what's up. I studied this when I was in the college, actually. I studied the anthropology.
Yeah.
And there is, Mama Lola. She's a real big deal. Lots of books written about her. Okay. She practices the voodoo, Santeria, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But there's a whole lot of con artists out there. So it sounds like this was a con artist getting conned. Serves her right.
Right.
Wasted all that money on tongue.
Dude, she also spent over $800,000 talking to these Hindu priests about this and trying to get them to help her in some way. She also bought $140,000 in crystals. I mean, girlfriend was trying
financially smart. No.
Well, all $800,000 on these Hindu priests. I guess they finally were like, yeah, you shouldn't. I don't think it. And they're probably cons too. Who's taking $800,000 to a lady to call you to talk about her like financial problems?
Oh, yeah. Any head of any church. They're not going to turn you down.
Oh my God, Gretchen.
Well, they might use it for they might use it for the children or something.
True.
But if you are willing to give hand the money over, I cannot think of a damn church that would not take your money.
Okay, you might be right. Okay. That's true. Even if you're a good church. Okay.
I'm not saying they're all Joel Osteen, but they might be
close. Okay. $140,000 in crystals too. I mean, I love me crystals, but it's maybe a lot of money. She was trying every alternative approach to rescue her once stellar reputation. But at the end of the day, I mean, all this black magic would not pay back these people's retirement fund or her 20-year lease on the AT&T box or her lavish lifestyle. Dawn Bennett was arrested late in August 2017, and she was charged with wire fraud, bank fraud, and making false statements related to a loan and credit application. She went on trial about a year later, and it lasted 9 days. And she was confronted by a bunch of her investors that basically told her that they could never retire now because of her. They all had to go back to work. She spent all their money, Yeah. And in 2019, Dawn was sentenced to 20 years in prison and another 5 years of supervised release. She was ordered to pay over $14 million in restitution and to forfeit another $14 million, which I was going to look into what that actually means because I was like, what is she forfeiting? I don't know.
Well, maybe that was like whatever assets and stuff.
Right.
All those Gucci golf bags and shit.
True. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's hope she had $14 million in assets.
Because then that will pay some of the people back.
Right. Dawn is currently in a low security prison in Danbury, Connecticut.
Oh, that's the one. That's the Martha Stewart, Teresa from the Housewives prison.
That's right. I was going to tell you that. That is the same prison that Teresa was in as well. Dawn is 61 years old, and she actually has a release date of December 11th, 2033. So in just about 10 years, she will be released. And so she'll be 71. And then she has 5 years on top of that of, I guess, probation. This prison also, Gretchen, is based on the Orange is the New Black series.
Mm-hmm.
It's low security.
They can do I think low security. They can do yoga, garden. I mean, it doesn't sound, it doesn't sound like a bad deal to me.
If there was any prison to go to, that is the one to be sentenced to. It's like the white collar crime place.
Yeah. You read a lot of books. I mean, it doesn't sound bad.
Right? Oh, by the way, reading books. Guess what I'm reading or listening to?
With your ears?
Start with my ears. I'm not actually reading with my eyes. I shouldn't be reading with my eyes anyways, because now I need readers. I don't know. I'm getting old. It's like a situation. But I started reading the Brittany book.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm enjoying the book. It's a very easy, simple book. And she's telling her story. I think this is the closest you're going to get. And it's not her talking. So I'm like, I love it when an author reads the book, especially autobiography, because it's them. So I want to know how you actually felt, how you interpreted that. That's the best.
2 of my favorite author read books. I loved Kelly Ripa's book. Okay. Mm-hmm. She reads it, right? That's a nice light, like you're going on vacation. That's a good one. You know which one is not good, but is a really good one? Molly Shannon's book. I thought, oh, funny lady, this is going to be a nice light book. Girlfriend has had some tragedy in her life, and she kicks it out of the park from the get-go. I was like bawling my eyes out on my flight to Hawaii.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Oh my God, she was like in the car when like her family died when she was a little girl. It was terrible. Yeah. That's like the beginning. Yeah.
That's bad.
And it doesn't really go up from there, but but you'll like her a whole lot. I mean, she's real cool.
Yeah. She seemed like it. Yeah. But I'll tell you, I'm on chapter 7. So on Brittany. So I'm still in the, she was drinking with her mom at 13, driving to auditions and smoking cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
Then now she's dating Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah. You know whose book I thought would be so good? I think a lot of people liked it. Matthew McConaughey.
I didn't. Did you?
Ah,
That's like your favorite person.
I know. I love him. I was not feeling it.
No.
Mm-mm. Because he's so like, he talks all right, he talks his way, right? And then it's just like so like, and then this happened, mind blown. Like he is kind of like holier than thou, like the whole
Mhm.
thing. Like I just felt like he came off kind of elitist, and I didn't like that.
I can see that. I can see that about him now. He's kind of,
Dave Grohl's book, amazing.
I feel like Matthew, he lived in Malibu and then he was like, I'm going to go live in Austin because I'm like that guy. And I don't know. I fell out of love with Matthew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
By the way, I still have that Justin Timberlake cardboard cutout from like
It's
the,
not Justin Timberlake, Justin
oh,
Bieber.
sorry, Justin. Oh, I know. I used to love
You're
Justin Timberlake too.
cheating.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I know.
True story.
Okay.
She did. We went to the concert.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just maybe it's the name Justin. Okay. So I have Justin Bieber's cutout and I have this lady helping me organize some stuff. And I did not tell her that it was in the closet. And she texted me and she was like, holy hell. Your cardboard cutout just scared the living shit out of me.
Right.
And all I responded was, oh, that's my boyfriend. I wasn't like, oh, sorry. I was like, I keep him in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
But he scares the shit out of me too when I like forget that I keep him in there up in that guest bedroom and I'm like, open the door. I'm like, holy fuck, who is that? And then like,
Scary.
oh, Justin, it's you.
Hi.
Nice to see you. All right. So you guys, happy Halloween. Stay safe. Make sure kids watch the road for those crazy cars. Check your candy. If you don't want your kids to
Where
eat
a
candy,
lot of
do that
stuff,
like
that's kind of a
switch witch
myth. We've
shit.
already listened that it's what's more dangerous than the candy is the colored eye contacts. A lot of people are not very sanitary about all those costume eye contacts. So, get the alcohol, whatever, wash your shit. Okay.
Listen, so I've heard that story before about the contacts, and my girlfriend was wearing them the other day at another Halloween party. And I was like, I want to do that. She put blue ones in her eyes, and I was like, that's so cool. I want to
You have
do
to be
it.
really careful. A lot of people, it's like really crazy how many people end up in the emergency room because they get funky eye infections after Halloween.
I heard that. So I was like, no, I'm never going to do it, but I kind of want to. I see the appeal. Okay. Just saying.
Of course.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. So be careful if you're wearing the contacts. Also, if you haven't checked out our Patreon, our bonus, please do. It's the way to support us and we appreciate it greatly. You get us another episode on Thursdays. We talk shop and about current crimes. And then once a month, Gretchen does an extra bonus whole case.
Ooh, I can't wait till next month.
Yes. Do you already know what you're doing?
I do.
Okay. It's a good one, I'm sure. If you haven't listened to the last one, it was a good one too. It was another financial crime-ish. Yeah, it was.
But involved extortion and all
Yeah,
kinds
I
of
mean, different, but different, but just as good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have not checked out Five Crimes, that is our beauty line. Please go to fivecrimes.com or follow us on Instagram at 5crimesbeauty. It's the number 5crimesbeauty. And you will see all of the good stuff. If you haven't received your pre-orders yet, don't you worry. You are going to get them. I promise you. And I love getting all of your notes on all the stuff that you have received and loved. And we love it, love it, love
Everyone
it.
loves
Send
it.
us.
Everyone loves it.
They do. I know.
I
It's
know,
so great.
I know. We're no DJ Hooch, whatever.
No, we sell you
Dawn.
the real stuff.
It's the real, it really delivers.
I know it totally does. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's all for today. So clink, clink.
Clink, clink.